How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and this morning I woke up with a bunch of people tweeting at me, a bunch of people DMing me about this new report that MJ, or Michelle Jones, played by Zendaya, is no longer going to be in Spider-Man 3. There's been a lot going around right now about Spider-Man 3. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. However, we do know that in this movie, Peter Parker is going to be on the run. He's going to be wanted, and he's most likely going to have to leave his friends and family because they all know who Peter Parker is. So he'll most likely have to leave to keep them all safe, but we're going to break down this report that says MJ may no longer be with Spider-Man in the MCU and talk about what all we know about the upcoming Spider-Man film. The Infinity Gauntlet and G Fuel winners were chosen last night. I announced them in a video. I'll link it up above, so be sure to check that out, but I'm still giving away an Xbox One or a PS4. The winner gets to decide. I'm picking a winner at 550,000 subscribers, so be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on, like the video, and leave a comment down below. So this report is coming from multiple different websites, but it actually isn't the first time that we've heard this report. This was actually reported and rumored before Spider-Man Far From Home came out. And as we all know, Zendaya's Michelle Jones was definitely in Spider-Man Far From Home. In fact, she discovered Spider-Man's identity as Peter Parker. But what's to become of her in Spider-Man 3? Well, like I said, it's been reported by multiple websites this morning, but I believe I've tracked it down to a couple of the original posters, which are Showbiz, Cheat Sheet, and We Got This Covered. Showbiz Cheat Sheet has actually been saying since back in November that Michelle Jones's and Spider-Man's romance isn't going to survive the MCU. And according to today's report, if this ends up being true, we may now possibly know why. Today's report about Zendaya's MJ, or Michelle Jones, leaving doesn't actually mean that she's going to leave. Instead, this report simply states that Marvel Studios is planning on introducing the real MJ into Spider-Man 3. This report says that a current early draft of the script sees a more traditional Mary Jane Watson, one more familiar to the readers of the comics, arriving at Peter's high school and acting as a love interest for him. Now, this is a truly interesting report, one that may not be as far-fetched as it seems. MJ and Peter Parker are one of the most famous comic book and now movie couples that exist in the superhero universe. But currently, right now, the MCU has a different take on this relationship, as Zendaya's Michelle Jones isn't a true MJ. Now, when it was first revealed at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming that Zendaya's Michelle Jones was going to be the MJ of this Spider-Man franchise, a lot of fans were really taken back, and a lot of them weren't really happy with the direction that this franchise was going to go involving MJ. However, since then, and since Spider-Man Far From Home has come out, a lot of people have truly come to love and embrace Zendaya's Michelle Jones, or MJ. So the odds of Marvel Studios / Sony getting rid of Zendaya's Michelle Jones's and Peter Parker's relationship in the next Spider-Man film is pretty slim. However, that doesn't mean that they can't introduce a true Mary Jane Watson into the next Spider-Man film as a romantic conflict. After all, it wouldn't be the first time that they did that with the Spider-Man film. In the original Spider-Man 3 that Sam Raimi did, they threw in Gwen Stacy as a romantic conflict with Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. So it seems like this Spider-Man 3 may involve some of the same aspects as the last one. But if this were to happen, what would become of Zendaya's Michelle Jones? Well, there have been some reports circulating around since even before Spider-Man Far From Home came out that Marvel Studios and Sony plan on introducing either a SpiderGwen or a SpiderWoman. Now, these rumors have been going on for a while, but honestly, it wouldn't be that hard to do. In fact, Michelle Jones actually played a pretty pivotal role in Spider-Man Far From Home in helping Peter Parker discover who Mysterio truly was. And not to mention that she figured out that Peter Parker was Spider-Man simply by paying attention to his disappearances and whereabouts when all the chaos happened in Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's what you were gonna say, that you're Spider-Man.
No. I'm not Spider-Man.
Kind of obvious.
She's very observant, very analytical, and very brave. She has everything that she needs, really, to be a superhero. The only thing that would really need to happen is some sort of a twist on how she could get supernatural abilities. Right now, it's unclear on whether or not any of this is going to happen. However, it won't be that big of a surprise if Marvel Studios and Sony decide to introduce a true Mary Jane Watson into the MCU, since we haven't seen her on screen in a very long time now. But let me know what you think about this. Would you be interested in a true MJ, Mary Jane Watson, coming into the MCU as a romantic conflict between Peter Parker and Michelle Jones? Or would you rather Michelle Jones remain MJ for this Spider-Man series? Let me know which one you would prefer in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe with the notifications turned on. That enters you in my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. I'm picking a winner at 550,000 subscribers. Don't forget to use code COSMIC at gfuel.com, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.